Noble 1, this is Noble Actual. Noble 1, go ahead. We need that base taken out, son. What's your status? Still outside. Thermal on the interior shows standing room only. We're gonna have to thin them out or we'll be way too popular. Copy that, Noble 1. Holland out. We got a job to do, so let's stay focused and get it done. 6, are you in position?
Affirmative.
Good. Execute.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 9th mission of my Halo Reach Legendary Walkthrough Guide. Today we're doing the mission, The Package. We're going to get right on into this mission by hugging the right side, keeping an eye out for these enemies. We do not want to alert them. If you do alert them, you might want to restart because everybody's going to be shooting at you and you're out in the open, so it's not fun. There was a grunt on the right you're going to take out. There's a jackal in that tower you're going to take out. And then there's this shade turret here on the left that we're going to take out as well. Once you take out all 3 of those enemies, you're going to take out this shade turret right in front of you. We're using this rock as our cover. It's a very good strategy to use the terrain around you as your cover. Sometimes when there's no cover available, it's sometimes good to improvise and try to use your surroundings. Now there's plenty of grunts right here to take out. The main thing we're trying to do is thin out the numbers. Wait for that ghost here on the right to charge up, and then we're going to take it out in a few moments as well. You could use your DMR if you want to. You could use this plasma pistol. Up to you if you have the ammo. I say why waste any ammo when I could just use this shade turret. Shade turret is going to eventually kill this grunt right here. And there we go. Now before we move on to the scorpion tank that we're going to be taking for the rest of the for pretty much a good portion of this first part, we're going to grab some DMR ammo because we're going to need it later when we get into sword base after we leave the tank. And then we're going to head over here to grab this ghost and then head over to the tank itself. Now you could just walk, who cares? But I mean it's good practice, I guess. I don't know. If you're trying to speed run, you'd take the ghost. Taking out any of these enemies. So in the tank, there's a certain strategy I like to employ. Shade turrets are first, then the vehicles, then any small infantry like grunts or elites that are actually out on foot. The bigger threats, of course, are the vehicles and the turrets, because they can end your run really, really quickly if they land a lot of shots in a quick succession. Whereas, like, some random elite or grunt ain't gonna really do much damage to you, so it's whatever. Got two ghosts on the right, and then there was that lone grunt who thought a needler would hurt a tank, so I don't know what he was thinking. Now we're going to be heading into the dual tyrant gun area. This part is fairly simple. Just use your tank, just like we did in Tip of the Spear, to destroy the tyrant gun. By the time you even get anywhere close, turret A will actually be destroyed. Then turret B, you could sit back out on the bridge, but I wanted to push up a little closer, take out those jackals here, and then start firing on turret B. Now, if you have any issues with the banshees up in the air, like what you see in the top right, if you start seeing them shoot at you, that means that they know that you're there, and they're basically aggroed on you, and you don't want them to be aggroed. To be safe, I would say anytime you see banshees, take them out, because you never know if they're going to aggro you or not, and you don't want to deal with your run being cut short because a banshee just decided to harass you when usually you could just pass on by without worrying about it. Taking out, I think that was a ghost over there. I could be wrong. Oh no, it's probably an elite general or something. I don't know. Taking out banshees as we see them. There's a few other enemies around here that we're going to clean up, but otherwise, this part's like the tank part of this mission is the simplest part, the easiest, the most fun, because we don't really get a tank that often during Reach. But anyways, after we take out the tyrant guns, the most difficult part with the tank that you're going to have to deal with is the fuel rod turrets, as well as the 3 revenants in the valley and in the next valley. And it's only the most difficult because the fuel rod turrets have lock-on capabilities, and they will track down your Scorpion. So I'm going to show you guys how to take them both out without any issues. But first, take out the tower on the left here. There's going to be 3 ghosts here. We took out 1. Second one charged us, which is a big mistake. And the third one is kind of right here on the right-hand side. We're waiting for him to peek that right side. There he is. Took him out. As if like 1 more grunt, I think. And yeah, the Marine was starting to shoot at it. Now, as you see here, the fuel rod turrets. There's 1 fuel rod turret way over there on that far side. And I'm trying to take it out because I do not want to have to deal with that. But unfortunately, I was just in a really, really awkward position. Like where I needed to be. Like the perfect shot would have required me to have it a little lower. But unfortunately, that little lip right there was causing me a lot of problems. So trying to reposition, I was starting to get a little closer. And ultimately on this shot, I take out that shade turret, or that fuel rod turret, and that's kind of what you're gonna have to do. Like the turrets usually don't change their position, and we just took out both of those fuel rod turrets. The other one's in the middle. The rest of these are just long range shade turrets, so feel free to be aggressive if you want to. But first, make sure you take out those revenants, because they're gonna be like one of them ain't gonna be a big deal, but a few of them firing at you, that's a problem. Now there's 1 more revenant because we took out 2 of them. The last revenant's up near the entrance into sword base. Trying to get the angle. Unfortunately, it gets the first shot off, but so long as your tank is fairly decent, like 1 shot from a revenant isn't going to destroy your tank. So you'll be fine if you take 1 shot from a revenant. It's not the end of the world. Now up here, there are plenty of elite majors. We're going to be using this plasma pistol that we picked up earlier at the beginning of the mission, and take out these elites 1 at a time. If I could actually not... that elite just kind of fell over after I shot it with the TMP. I think June took it out. Alright, a few other elites right here that we're going to be taking. Unfortunately, I don't understand the sensitivity that I was at, because usually I'm not that bad with a plasma pistol. There we go. Got a few more jackals to clear out. You could, in theory, just ignore these jackals and go up and start taking out those grunts on the plasma cannons. But kind of just said screw it. Gonna take out the 2. There's 2 grunts here on plasma cannons. Take them both out. Make sure that you pick up any reserve ammo. If you need if there's a better plasma pistol, pick it up. If there's any DMR on the floor, like right there, make sure you reload your gun. Make sure you're at full capacity. If you need health, there's 2 health packs. So just in case you accidentally throw a grenade between here and between where you entered and we're right here, there's plenty of health packs in this little area for you to grab if you need it. Plenty of jackals in this little hall area. You're going to want to take the catwalk very slowly. Each level, there's going to be some jackals for you. We're going to pick up the needle rifle. The needle rifle is going to be useful for the elites that we're going to encounter at right before we get to Halsey's lab. We're going to take out these jackals right here. Almost sometimes keep calling these jackals grunts. I don't know why. They're completely different. Anyways, these jackal skirmishers are what you're going to want to keep an eye out on the most. Like, as you see here, I was getting absolutely... like, I was about to get yeeted by one of these jackal skirmishers, but thankfully I was able to handle it. Now we got a few other jackals right here. We're trying to take them out before we push up, because there's a jackal sniper with the focus rifle here on the left. On this right here, but I fall down, so I have to rush all the way back up. If I cared about this being a speed run, then I would have been kind of annoyed with the fact that I fell. All right, so here's that jackal with the focus rifle. There we go. So that's all the enemies once you kill that jackal sniper with the focus rifle. Now picking up any other ammo that you need for your DMR or your needle rifle. Pushing on forward. Now we're entering the lobby to get into Oni. There's a health pack right in front of the desk. Keeping an eye out for that plasma pistol because we are going to be needing it for later. Now in this part there are plenty of enemies here and you don't see them. It kind of sucks. And sometimes you can't wait for them to start shooting at you. Sometimes you're going to have to just start shooting at them, and hope that your shots hit something. Now, and that's why the needle rifle comes in, because the needle rifle is very, very it's more precise in my opinion than the DMR. It has a faster fire rate than the DMR, and I mean I don't want to use my DMR because I need it for later during the Halsey firefight part. So I mean the needle rifle is really, really useful. I mean that super combine is just perfect. Now there's that spec obsolete that hopped over with its jetpack. I'm trying to find it. Carter is shooting at it, so trying to find it. There it is. That's what you're gonna have to do. Like, don't worry about if you're wasting ammo doing that, because you have to know where these guys are at, and you can't play from an exposed. Like, you can't play like in the middle like this. Like, you want to be in cover while you're in this little section of the mission. Trying to. There you go. Now, once you take out all the invisible guys, there's going to be one of the Big Daddy elites, the elite general over there, and you're going to want to take it out as well. The issue is that the needle rifle is. This is where the needle rifle is pretty bad, because the elite general is just going to armor lock, and it's kind of a pain to take this guy out. You have to kind of hope that everybody at the same time starts shooting at it. Unless you want to go back, grab a plasma pistol, rush it, and like that's one way to do it. But I figured, why not just give it the old 1-2 punch with everybody shooting at it. Anyways, plasma pistol with full charge. That's going to be very useful when we get to the Halsey part. And we're going to need a plasma pistol. Before you move on to Halsey's lab, you're going to want to make sure that you grab a plasma pistol, because we're going to need one. Alright, once you hit this little button, we're on our way to Halsey's lab, so I'll see you guys in a moment.
Looks like they got themselves cornered.
Or were committed to the position.
I'm going with cornered. There's nothing here.
No load-bearing columns either. Sir, if we're supposed to blow this place, this ain't the spot to do it from.
Dot, check your vector.
Vector confirmed, Commander. We are precisely where Oni has directed. Apologies. Coordinates revised. Please confirm?
Revised?
By an AI of unknown origin, whose clearance is well above my own.
Well, it's pointing us a click and a half east and 2,000 feet underground.
I didn't bring my shovel, Commander.
Sir, I say we go AI free on this one. Obviously, these coordinates are junk, and the longer we go chasing them.
What is this, Dot?
Our revised route, Commander.
All right, we came this far. Your new AI friend tell you anything else, Dot? Dot.
She's been expecting you.
That's perfect.
Apologies for the unusual security measures, Commander, but the stakes demand it.
Dr. Halsey. Casualty reports have you listed as...
Yes, well, as they say, news of my death has been greatly exaggerated. I only wish the same could be said of the rest of Noble Team.
We all do, ma'am.
It may please you to learn that the data module Noble 2 procured from Visegrad Station contained precisely what my scientist promised. A latchkey discovery. It has unlocked, at last, the secrets of this excavation.
Not sure I understand.
Your orders were a pretext to bring you to me and have been overridden. You are here, Team Noble, to ensure the delivery of this vital data to a secure location.
Doctor, our orders are to destroy all sensitive material.
Others will handle the demolition.
I'll need to confirm this new directive with command.
Colonel Holland will be briefed. You belong to Oni now. Before you is an alien artifact neither human nor Covenant in origin, advanced beyond our comprehension, until now. Thanks to Noble 2, the decrypting of its data is nearly complete.
Whatever we're doing down here, we better do it quick.
Have your data ready, ma'am. We're coming to you.
The decrypting process is still underway.
I don't think you understand. We're out of time. If it isn't portable when we reach you, it's gonna get buried.
Bury any of it, and you bury mankind's best chance for survival. Commander, you've been wondering what your Spartans died for? They died for this. Please, buy me all the time you can.
Alright everybody, welcome back to the firefight section of this mission. This part is very, very difficult. It's also very long, so a majority of this is just going to be split into two parts. That's how I like to approach this part of the mission. It's the Banshee part, which is what we're heading to do right now. We're on our way to go pick up a jetpack from right in front of Halsey's lab, which is going to be right here on the left side. And then there's the second part, which is the Wraith part, which is the longest part if we were to compare the two. Now, the first part, you're going to be taking, to get the Banshee, it's actually fairly simple. You're going to use your jetpack, you're going to hop up, get equal level with the Banshee. While you are using your jetpack, you're going to hop up to an equal level and charge up your plus at the same time, and then EMP the Banshee just like that. Very, very... it will take some practice, but I promise you, it's really, really rewarding once you get the Banshee. Now there are plenty of waves. There are plenty of waves. The first wave that you're going to want to take out are these grunts here. You're going to just use your Banshee and splatter them. This is how you try to accelerate the drop process. Accelerate those waves. That way you're not sitting here like up at the top wasting DMR ammo, and yeah, it's basically you're using this Banshee until you get that Wraith. But you don't get the Wraith immediately because the Wraiths haven't even dropped yet. So you're going to be using your Banshee here to quickly splatter the small infantry like grunts, jackals, even a brute, as you're about to see right here. And used our, yeah, there we go. Be very careful though, because you don't want to go full speed into a rock or something, and then boom, there goes your Banshee. Feel free to use the turret. Feel free to use your fuel rod gun as well as your main repeater. I don't know why I did a flip like that and then shot my fuel rod shot, but is what it is at that point. Gonna be heading back around. I don't like how much damage this Banshee is in, so I'm gonna kind of just sit back, relax at the very, very top here, and just start shooting down at the grunts and everything. Just making sure that my Banshee's still up here with me, because it would kind of suck to if it fell or if it's stuck. Just taking out the enemies as they pop around. There's that brute captain right here. We're gonna try to knock off its helmet. There, its helmet's gone. There's another brute captain. Knocked its helmet off, but it's in cover. I can't really do anything about it. Trying to take out these grunts from afar. Now, once Emil says watch out for the Wraith, you should get in your Banshee and start heading your way to the furthest Wraith from you. So it's just going to be on the opposite side of the map, which is the only Wraith at this point in time, but multiple Wraiths will drop eventually. Be very careful, just in case that your Banshee doesn't get... So your Banshee doesn't get exploded by one of the Wraith mortars. Just be careful where you place it, but... Or just hop into the Banshee immediately. Who cares about the enemies that we were killing there? Now, trying to see if I can get the shot off on just being able to kill the Elite Major at the turret, but we're just going to use our plasma pistol, take it out. At this point, I wanted to be 100% safe, so I just wanted to... normally you'd get into the turret like we have before, but in this one, I just wanted to make 100% sure that that I was safe than sorry. Basically, that's pretty much as well as I can describe it. Like, I didn't want to risk getting killed by the elite after going so far to this point. Now, with your Wraith, you're going to be somewhat aggressive, making sure that we are very, very careful of these Banshees. Banshees are the bane of your existence in a Wraith, and I don't... Whenever I see one, I immediately start targeting it. But before we move on to where we're going to be pretty much for the rest of the mission, we have to clear a path to where we need to be, which is basically finishing off the first wave that you're going to be dealing with in your Wraith. Kind of like the last few enemies that you had left while you were still in your Banshee. From the moment you get into your Wraith, you have 3 main waves. 3 waves of phantoms that will drop. And that is the major point that I'm going to try to get across. From the moment you get your Wraith, you have 3 waves. That means there's probably roughly 4 or 5 full waves of enemies that will try to attack you. Now, after you clear out enough... after you clear out all those enemies that were kind of fighting in front of Halsey's lab with your Wraith, head up to this point, because this is where you will be for the rest of the mission. This is the safest location for you and your Wraith. You could, in theory, stay all the way back where we got the Wraith, but I don't... It's not terrible, but multiple... It's you have more cover up here than you do over there for your Wraith. That's why I'm saying stay over here. You could stay over there, get out of your Wraith, and when the enemies drop, hide behind your Wraith. But again, it's just I don't have to do that up here. I just kind of chill when the enemies drop. I kill them, I destroy those phantoms, and I move on. But yeah, once you get the Wraith, you pretty much, so long as you don't make some crucial mistake or some enemy just like this Banshee right here just doesn't completely wreck your day, you pretty much have the mission salted away. So long as you do not mess up, you will be fine. And really, at this point, if you get to this point with the Wraith and you're kind of chilling, this mission is yours to lose. You have to be careful. You have to be smart. You just can't go out and be overly aggressive. You can be aggressive, but don't be overly aggressive. Like, for an example, don't worry, like, destroy the Phantom before you go kill those jackals. Like, we need to do that first. That's the very, very first thing we're going to do. And notice how I used the fact that I have cover and the fact that the Phantom is turned around. I couldn't be able to do that down where I got my first Wraith. Now, another reason why is that multiple Wraiths will drop over there. It is not a good idea to stay where a majority of the enemies will drop. Just trying to destroy that Wraith, but couldn't reach it. Luckily, you got that Banshee that was targeting me. So making sure we try to take out all these little... There's plenty of enemies to take out. Like, you'll be well over par score if you're on Master Chief Collection after you do this part. Even if you are way over the par time. Like, you'll be fine. Taking out that ghost right here. Got a double kill, luckily. And yeah, you don't need the turrets. Like, the turrets are there kind of just to be a distraction. They're not actually gonna do a lot of damage to the Covenant. You could activate them, but I mean, you're doing fine in your Wraith. You're doing like there's no to me there's no point in activating the turrets. Like, you have your Banshee and your Wraith. Like, that's all you really need. Adding in the turrets is a complication that you shouldn't have to deal with. Taking out all these enemies. By the way, this is wave 1. What we are on currently is wave number 1. Once you get that second checkpoint, or that checkpoint down there, make sure that you keep an eye on these, like the loading done or checkpoint done, because that's usually when you know that you're about to finish something, or you're about to start a whole new wave or whatever. Making sure that we keep an eye on that. Few enemies remaining in the first wave. Another way to tell that you are on the first wave is listen to the music that you are currently on, like, and see if it matches mine. That's wave number 1. The music changes for each wave. Few other enemies. I think just a few grunts remaining. That one was trying to suicide. He didn't get very far. Alright. I think that is it for wave number 1, but I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, we got that checkpoint done. Making sure we look up, see if there's any phantoms coming in. I got a Banshee here that's kind of being a nuisance. But no new phantoms yet, so there's probably a few more enemies still around. Yeah, there's a few. Got that triple kill, that's awesome. Got that Banshee. Every single time in a Wraith and you kill a Banshee, it's like hallelujah. It's the only thing that actually can give you a lot of trouble other than the phantoms, but like it's rare. Alright, as you heard, the music did change. That means we are on wave number 2. I'm pretty sure each wave has little like mini waves inside of it, but for the sake of simplicity, I'm just calling like each large engagement just one wave. But there's probably like multiple engagements inside. Alright, taking down these phantoms before they even are able to drop off all their troops. That's the goal here. A few more shots on this phantom. I think like 1 or 2 should destroy it. There you go. And that was to destroy those ghosts there. Gonna take out a few of those brutes and jackals that fell that got dropped off by that phantom. Moving on, being very, very, very careful. Trying to see if I can get a shot off, but I can't. I think it's because I'm too far away. Keep an eye on that Banshee up there. Don't want to aggro it. So as I said, in the Wraith, it's really, really easy. Like, nothing is gonna, like, when we get to the later waves where it's gonna be really, really difficult, like you're starting to deal with a bunch of ultras, hunters, like as if like Thunderstorm has been turned on. Like, eventually these enemies get really, really difficult and you just don't have the ammo. So using the Wraith here, using the Banshees, like that's a really good way to use the mission to your advantage. Like, you don't have to sit there with a ton of, like, with dwindling ammo supply and fight it out. Like what is this? No, you can use the Banshee, use the Wraith. Like, even later on, June will say we should grab a Banshee and take the fight to them. Like, that's him telling you, yo, grab a Banshee. No, like, that's pretty smart of you. Like, that's big brain plays. Should probably do that. I got that hunter there that was rolling up on me. I like take out those hunters as soon as possible. Like they're your, like they're the only infantry that is actually a threat to you. Other than, like again, only infantry that is a threat to you is a hunter. The only vehicle that is a threat to you is a banshee. So whenever you see them, target them, take them out. Trying to take out this ghost right here in front of us. And then I can take out this hunter right here. Okay, when she says almost ready, that means we're not really almost ready. We still got roughly 5 to 10 minutes left of killing things. So she's not almost done. But to be completely fair, 5 to 10 minutes left is up to you. Like, depending on how fast you kill things. All right, so we heard the music change. That means we are on the final wave. This is wave number 3. Wave number 3 is difficult. I kind of got stuck here. Don't know why. Gonna try to come up here. All right, so wave number 3 drops off a whole new slew of vehicles. Wraiths on all parts of the map. Ghosts, lots of elite ultras, lots of enemies that you don't really want to fight. Lots of, like, if there was a wave that you'd probably die on, like, and it wouldn't be anybody's fault, it would be on this one because there's so much going on. You're gonna get targeted by wraiths. You're gonna get targeted by, I guess, like, you won't get targeted by wraiths because they just keep volleying the. They keep just like mortaring the lab. They don't mortar you at all. But yeah, a lot of this is those grunts, for example, like that. Like they're shooting fuel rod cannons at you. It's just more difficult. Like the enemies are not little pansies holding plasma pistols anymore. They're trying to full on kill you. Got a few more enemies. There's that objective. All right. Trying to take out that elite ultras down here. Elite ultra. There he is. But he took that like a champion, and there we go. But yeah, that's the mission. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If it was, please leave a like down below. If you have any questions about this mission, feel free to comment. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time for the Pillar of Autumn. See you guys next time.
What is this stuff?
Knowledge. A birthright from an ancient civilization. This AI is its custodian, and she has chosen you as her couriers.
Chosen? By an AI?
By this AI, yes. Her measure of you carries as much weight as my own, perhaps more. You are to take her to the UNSC shipbreaking yard in Azad. There, you'll find a Halcyon-class cruiser waiting to get her off-planet.
I understand.
Do you? Mankind is outmatched. When Reach falls, and it will fall, our annihilation is all but certain. Unless we can glean from this artifact a defense against the Covenant. A game-changer. On the level of the conical bullet in the 19th century, or faster-than-light travel in the 23rd.
And what if we can't?
An apt question, if there were somewhere else to place our hope. There is not. Take it, Lieutenant. She has made her choice.
Do you have it?
Yes,
Say the words, please.
I have it. Dr. Halsey, Noble 3 will escort you to Castle Base.
I require no escort, Commander.
June, make sure nothing falls into enemy hands.
I'll do what's necessary, sir. Good luck.
You too, Rifleman. I need a heading dot.
At 3 kilometers north, turn right, heading 050.
Which leads to?
The shipbreaking yards in Azod, the only off-planet extraction point left on this continent. Small-scale air attacks have decimated many convoys en route. An armada of Covenant cruisers is hastening to the site as well. UNSC cruiser Pillar of Autumn is awaiting your arrival.
Wouldn't be a noble mission if it were easy.